The views expressed in this presentation are those of the host and guests and do not represent the views of any lodge, Grand Lodge, appended body, or any other person or persons whomsoever.
Brethren, we are at Refreshment.
I'll sit in the corner and look cool and be like, what up? That's me.
I don't want to talk about you either, Marty, but here we are.
Just because my style isn't death.
I truly regret this already.
I regret this.
The 10 of your faithful press.
Oh man, it is great. I can feel this.
That's assuming anybody even watches the podcast.
Yeah.
The 5 minutes that I watched, I really did enjoy it.
In 5, 4, 3.
Welcome everyone to the At Refreshment Masonic Video Podcast Special Edition.
Oh, this is already great.
So, well, everyone want to introduce themselves one last time or one more time? I shouldn't say last time.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Wesley Reuter. How are you?
I'm Marty Quillis,
I'm just confirmed.
otherwise known as Boss Hog.
I'm Boss
At
Hog.
the production meeting, I said I saw the new Batman movie and I'd like to do an episode about it, and they won't let me.
It sounds like you want to do a Masonic podcast.
I want to talk about the Batman movie with the Twilight guy.
So the whole idea upon this episode is, so you want to do a podcast. This is just going to be our, complaining episode because
I mean, it's
You know what? It's not a complaining
It's not
episode.
I
complaining.
don't know how to put it.
We're breaking
No,
down.
no,
We're
no.
breaking down the third wall. We're
Yeah,
giving you a
break- yeah.
peek behind the veil. When you see this well-oiled podcast running, it's
Yeah.
it
Like,
is not.
Anyone has ever looked at this show and said, "Oh my God, there's a Together production."
Look at how together we look. Is not well together, put together. Okay, it is not at all.
So, okay,
That's one phrase no one's ever said.
Oh my
in
God.
it.
No,
check it out.
this
no,
show
no,
is
no.
put
I'm going to do a
together.
reference that is
Okay.
going to go over all of our viewers' heads. So, when you watch the podcast, we look like the Golden Girls. We're actually designing women.
Are they,
Oh
are
my
they paying
God.
us?
Shout out Delta Burke.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, I'm Delta. I don't care. I'm Delta.
Okay, so sometimes it's a real to put together an episode. We have how do you say it? Technical difficulties,
People don't show up when they're
personal
supposed to.
difficulties.
Revolving doors of producers.
Yeah, cameramen, audio men.
I'm still trying to get a new host, but they won't let me quit.
So I mean, I think as the new guy on the show, and I think as somebody who initially really met you guys through this show,
Yeah, you're like the Jason Newsted of the show.
yeah, I was originally a
That's a
fan.
good reference, too.
That's
Better than
pretty-
my Delta Burke one.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And I met these two clowns at a Grandmaster's dinner, and was fortunate to be a guest on the show. And I think one of the first things that surprised me is how real everything is. I didn't realize you guys use real cameras and real lights. There's actually production to this show.
Eric, you could take the camera, you could swing it around here and stuff, and if you want to show everybody.
It's not like we're filming this on a couple of iPhones.
No, it's not iPhones. These are actually real cameras. I mean, look,
Real
it's
Panasonic Bluemax camera.
it's low budget, but it's not.
Low budget also means there's probably
Live studio audience.
I mean, there's probably $1,000 bucks of
Probably
equipment.
should've
in
shot
here.
that part before everyone left. We're shooting the second episode now.
Yeah.
No, only one of the wives are here. Yeah, it's live studio audience.
But I mean, realistically, between the cameras, the lights, the microphones, the soundboard, the laptop that you've got to use to edit the show, there's well over $1,000 to $2,000 of equipment.
Oh no,
that
it's
goes
over
in.
that, dude.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, this
there's a
is-
couple of grand in this room.
I mean, it's not a show that we're all sitting at home somewhere using a webcam on our laptops in our home office.
No.
I've spent, over the years we've started this, and with all the equipment, getting different equipment and new equipment, and we may have to get more equipment now because of the mixer.
Yeah.
I've spent close to $9,000
Jesus
just
Christ.
doing this.
And
It was
keep this
easy.
going.
Yeah, it was easy when we first started because our first producer and cameraman, he had all this equipment because he did stuff like this for fun, just for the shits and giggles of it.
Yeah, then the show stopped being fun and we stopped seeing him.
Yeah. So little by little,
Wherever
actually,
you are, Dave, we miss you.
yeah, we miss you, Dave. We do. We miss you. We love you. Like, you know that.
I miss you because my crippled ass is tired of hobbling around putting all this stuff up.
But no, I mean, there's had to have been a learning curve. Like Wes, seriously, kudos to you for, teaching yourself how to do all of the camera work and everything, man. Because I'm not in this is not my realm.
It's not mine either. I'm not.
But you
do actually
do a good job, like a really seriously.
You beat the learning curve. Because
Yeah.
I remember the first episode you edited, I'm like, oh, this ain't gonna work at all. And
he's the one that wanted to go to single shot.
I did. So hear me out. But then by the time you're on your second or third ting, since I just said ting because we're talking about that stupid Caribbean soda thing, since it took over production, you really came into your own. I really so I know you're kind of self-taught, you're just at home watching YouTube videos, how to make YouTube videos kind of situation.
Hey Google, how do I do this on Final Cut Pro?
But I mean, it's
downloading crack software on your mom's computer. I know what you're doing.
It's 100% true, though. I mean, Wes is learning this stuff because he takes pride in the show. He wants the show to be good. He wants to actually put out a good product. To be clear, none of us are doing this for the money.
Dude, if we were doing it for the money, we'd all be sleeping outside.
Yeah.
I mean, our tens of viewers aren't exactly bringing a lot of ad revenue.
No,
I don't even think Wes likes Masonry.
No, Wes wakes up every day and tells us how much he hates being a Mason.
Yep. I'd rather be a Jedi.
Yeah, you know what? No, speaking of you want to run a podcast, our group chats. Oh my God! If you ever just want to end it, just end it.
God forbid we talk about a show episode, and then before you know it, somebody will throw out an idea for, hey, let's do an episode on this, and then it'll be 3 days of stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, who's coming to the episode? Oh, hey, check out this meme I found of this dirty girl. You guys know
he's not lying.
True.
He's not lying. Wes, it is important to know who was on the cover of Playboy on the month you were born.
Yes, yes, it is very true, and it's very important.
Yeah. Hey, what's the subject matter for this Thursday? I've got an idea.
Are you aware of that giant
program? And next thing you know, is hey, here's the chick that was on Playboy the month that I was, and that's where the conversation goes. So I just put you guys on mute and wait till it gets old.
So you know my favorite person
doesn't get
is
old.
on the chat though, Brock, because he's not part. Brock has been active on the show super long, but it's not that he's unactive with the chat, but he's always 2 or 3 days behind everybody. So
yeah, and he'll come out of nowhere
on something else, and he'll be like, "Oh, that's crazy! You're cooking spaghetti." And I'm like, "Dude, what are you?"
Okay.
That was 2 weeks ago.
He's the equivalent of me to our grotto chat on Messenger. I never answer that. I just
I don't blame you. That's a
dude.
that's
Look,
it can
all
be
the chats we have.
There's 104 messages that I'm like, I can't read this.
What do you mean, dude? The 104 messages is just our text feed with our group chat, just at Refreshment. I'll be at work doing whatever, and then all of a sudden I look at my phone. 106 missed messages. What? Unread messages.
I mean, that's your fault for going to work.
Yeah, I know, right?
You really should quit your job.
I really should.
Quit your job and go full-time podcast.
If you would commit to the show, Yosh.
I know. You know what? My problem is I have not committed, and it's terrible, and I should be ashamed
And you
of
know
myself.
what? That's half the problem of running a podcast. You got co-hosts that are half-assing it.
That's a bad look, my dude.
My bad
Bad
look.
look, my dude.
Bad look, my dude. Look, first off, y'all can kiss my right? You should be happy that I'm even here, and I've graced you guys with my presence.
I'm so glad this is our second episode with Eric at the helm doing the cameras and all that, because wow, does he really get to hear all the ins and outs of this stuff? You sure you still want to be on?
I'm not even on the text chat.
Don't get on.
Don't get on it. You don't want to be on.
Well,
it.
that's coming next. I wanted to see. I got to make sure what everyone else. You're
Eric,
going to
don't
work
go on the
out.
chat.
You guys are going to see a perpetual stream of Wes inviting me to the chat and then me leaving the chat.
I just put it on mute. That's what Chris does,
Does
because
anyone remember that one time I quit the show?
yeah,
You did?
That was a rough. That was a rough afternoon.
Yeah, one time I quit. I don't remember what I was in the mood about.
He quit, and then the next day later, he's like, "So what are we doing this week?"
I'm off the show. What's the next show about?
Oh, I do remember that. I do remember that. Yeah, I was like, dude, do what you want. I don't care anymore.
Yoshi's like, I've known you for 25 years. Your episode's going to last 7
He's
minutes.
like, no, we're only doing single shot. That's how I want it, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, Marty, you don't have to do any of the editing. I will learn it all. No, man. No.
No, that wasn't even it. That wasn't
That
even
was
it.
it.
No, it wasn't.
That's it.
How many times have I quit this show?
You can't quit us.
Yeah, dude, come on now. You know better than that.
Nobody puts money in the corner.
No, there's something else I quit about. I quit. I'll probably quit a few more times.
Yeah, tonight in this
Yeah,
episode.
tonight. You know, I mean, he already
He was
quit
about
during
to
the
quit
break.
because he wanted to talk about Batman. We're trying to start the show.
And that-
no, I want to talk about my
that still
Batman
might
review.
happen.
Well, no, hold it. If you're at home and you're thinking about starting a podcast with a group of friends and you just saw a movie, they will never want to talk about it.
That's fair. Yeah, don't start the podcast.
No,
Look,
it's not like we can't talk about that when we're breaking down the equipment because we're all done recording. No, we got to talk about it for
Marty's
an hour.
people need to know about Batman.
Okay, do you realize half our viewership is sitting at home going, holy crap, what is Marty's opinion on current movies?
That's a fact.
I think you really have
that is a
misjudged your
fact.
audience.
That's a spin-off series.
I don't think so. I don't.
If that's your audience, I think Wes should just start an OnlyFans.
We talked about that.
Have you seen his cane?
I am
JustCripples.com.
I'm really just thinking about just like going the total stoic route and just forget all you.
I remember when you tried to go stoic and like you were, I'm going stoic today.
I still am stoic, damn it!
And then later that day, I saw Wes blowing up on
You
some
go
irrelevant
stoic as
Facebook.
much as I quit this show. Oh my God, Wes. You know what? Just to get a reaction.
No,
shot
I
on
love
a
the
live
philosophy.
episode.
It's just really hard with my pain, as you witnessed yet again before the other
Yeah,
recording.
you yelled at me. So I'm gonna quit about that too.
See, that's another great thing when you want to start your own podcast with, your friends and brothers. It's a test of your friendship. It really, truly is.
Make sure you can handle each one of your friends' disability, whether they admit it or not.
Could be mental, it could be
Hey,
physical.
Wes, can I tell you a story about your disability?
Oh God, there you go.
Okay, Mr. Rogers, let's hear this.
So recently, we unfortunately.
Oh wow, that's great.
Thank you. So recently, we unfortunately experienced a loss within the Masonic podcast family. Will lost his beloved grandmother, and we all heard it for him, and we love him.
This isn't about pseudo Wes, is it?
No, we'll talk about pseudo Wes later. Adobo Wes.
Adobo West.
Which I found out a whole other crazy thing about that guy. We'll talk about that. But so
Caliente.
I figured I sent a floral arrangement that we all discussed on behalf of the show to the service to pay respect to Will's family. But I wanted Will to have a little bit of levity in his day. So what you don't know,
It was
What
much,
I don't know.
It was much needed.
it was so
Until I had to explain it to my aunt as she's trying to write out thank you cards.
So his aunt is like, what's Wes's cane and why did it send us flowers? Because I figured he would see him at the show and then it'd be like, hey brother, we love you from all the guys. And then but when the floor said, well, who's it from? I put Wes's cane.
You should have put him.
From Jerry.
Oh, Jerry, yeah, that would have been cool. I always forget his name.
That might have been.
I didn't even know he had a name.
Yeah. Are you? I forget it all the damn time too. I'm sorry, Jerry. Jerry. I'm sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry, dude.
Here's
look at
the
me.
thing.
Look at me.
All right.
All right, fine.
How Jerry got his name is another buddy of mine who's a Mason, Tony. When we call each other, we're just like, "What's going on, Gary? What's going on, Jerry?" So like, "Oh, look at Jerry. Gary did this." I'm like, I don't know why he came up with the idea. So I don't know. I see it a lot on Facebook where they just like the idiot or the dumb guy is like Gary or Jerry. So yes.
Hey,
so
Rick and Morty. I mean, Jerry.
I'm like, you know what?
Gary Nace.
I'm gonna name him Jerry.
they
So
were just like
that's
Gary
how
Nace.
Jerry the Chrome Skull became Jerry the Chrome Skull.
Cool.
So
I think
Cool story, bro.
Jerry might be the only reliable guest we've ever had on the show.
he's on just about every episode, I think.
So since we're just kind of dishing the dirt on where our lives have gone since we started doing this, I think over 2 years ago now.
No, dude. We're like on.
19, 3.
we're on
year,
3.
We're going on year 4.
We're going on to year
We're going
4.
on year 4 of this
You're
show?
going on year 4.
Because I
dude.
met you guys
I had
just
to quit
after I
again.
became a Master Mason.
That's insanity.
No, dude. Like
We've been doing this
because-
for 4 years?
Bro, yeah, because everything will pop up in my Facebook, like memories and stuff. I'm like, holy cow, that was that long ago.
January 24th, 2019 was the first recording of this show. We didn't release it until April 1st of 2019.
Yeah, remember we recorded a bunch of episodes before we started putting them
Because
out.
I told Dave, I'm like, take your time, because he had some things going on, if I remember correctly. And we still had to get the logo.
Yeah, we didn't get the logo.
And
yeah.
Brock made that, and now he can't remember how he made it. So You know, we've been wanting to come out with glasses with the logo out.
Wait, what?
Yes. I've had this conversation with him. He lost the. I don't know how he did it, but he lost the original file because it was all on this thumb drive, right? So I had it at Brock's house, and then we were drinking one night, and a couple days later, hey, do you know where that thumb drive is? Well, no, I don't.
I mean, I don't want to ruin the
I don't
last
know.
3 years of your life, but if you want, you could just, save your Facebook logo and send it to.
Yes, I know that, but
No etched glasses for you. I get it. I understand.
no, because it doesn't.
Look,
it needs
if
to
we're
be
gonna
some sort of format,
if we're gonna
thing.
come out with something, I think
don't
we
know.
need pins. All right, Masons love pins, and we need a pin.
What we need
I
to do
don't
is an honorary
wear
degree.
pins.
Yeah, let's go
We
to
do
the
need to
Mason.
do that too. We do need to do
All
that
right,
too.
so if you're watching this, please drop down in the comments. Would you like pins, commemorative glasses, or possibly a degree?
Or would
let
you
us
like?
I could see the pin being Jerry.
Dude,
with
nobody's
the
gonna even say anything. What? Every episode we get like one person.
We're
that
gonna
And
be
it's,
like-
and it's Brock.
We're,
it's Brock.
we're gonna be like Kiss. We got to put our logo on everything we need it on.
Look, I ain't
Condoms,
saying we-
diaphragms, pregnancy tests, everything.
Look, you know what though? But that's how it goes, dude. I mean, every time we put out an episode, one of us or all of us are putting, we're sharing it on our own personal pages. I mean, every time I share a page or I share a post of ours, I'm like, what is it? Oh, I can't think of the word now. Damn it. I'm sorry. I ruined it.
you've-
See,
did.
then you got moments like this where like you have a brain fart and you don't.
So, but
Shameless self-promotion. There we go.
Same thing. So it's like we get guests. We talk about the guests. Things
Who don't show
happen.
up.
Yeah, I mean-
there's car issues. They have scheduling issues. Somebody gets hit in the face by
Something that
people.
drives
It's-
Wes nuts is every now and then we have to cancel a
Oh
recording.
my god! Yeah, we recently had a guest cancel because they were attacked by a mental patient.
Oh, I was not upset about that.
No. It's
No,
a very
no,
real
it's-
reason.
yeah,
If I just
no,
got
we're not-
worked over
yeah,
by
and
a
I'm just
mental
like-
patient, I wouldn't come either.
Look
And
at
I'm
look
just
at
like, hey, dude, you can't make it.
But
I
But you
understand
have
that.
this whole production together.
Yeah.
You're ready to go, and you have a topic. You have a guest. You have something you want to do. Hey, I just got some escaped mental patient.
assaulted.
Just attacked me. I don't know if I want to come out anymore.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Michael Myers
no, stay
just,
home
like,
all
attacked
weekend.
him.
You've earned it.
Look, honestly, like I know, Wes said earlier, this is our bitching episode or whatever, but like we're not angry, about it. We've
it's
we've
like-
learned to laugh about it.
It's
We're
like-
Masons, but we're
like-
regular guys trying to do something
It's
for
almost like
Masonry.
it's a cautionary tale of if you want to try to do something, this is the unexpected
Yeah,
stuff
like-
you have to do.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we-
This is work. This is work.
You'll have equipment go out.
Yep.
You'll have ghosts mess your audio and cameras up. And
I mean, we
at
try to
least that's what I
record 2
chuck
times
down.
a month. We try to do 2 episodes a night, so 4 episodes a month. And there'll be times where we'll have 2 guests booked. And as Wes and I are getting here and we start setting up the show, we get a message. Oh, sorry, I can't make it tonight. It's like, all right, well, our guest for the first episode canceled. All right, good thing we got the second guest. A couple minutes later, oh, the second guest, all right, he can't make it. And that's it. All right, you're twiddling your thumbs. Or, the 4 of us, incredibly busy. There's times where, unfortunately, we have other things that come up.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, I got a guest.
I had my car breakdown
Yeah.
last taping. And
Yeah.
It was literally like,
I got sick last taping.
He was in.
I mean, your car broke down. You got sick.
He
and
was
were
in
in the
the
bathroom
latrine
for
for
2
about an
hours.
hour.
We had a guest
No,
who
I
got
mean,
punched
not
in
to
the
try to
face.
get gross, but yeah.
it was all the same night, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a cursed episode.
Yeah.
Pat was here. And
That was
he's
like the
you know what,
15th
let's
time
just
we've
drink,
tried to
it's
record
fine. I'm like,
Pat.
No, it was. You know what's funny? So, Wes, you mentioned the term ghost in the equipment. Now, most people probably listened to that and just thought it's something that you say or it's a joke we're making.
No, we
No,
still have a ghost.
Juan Tapia, what's his...
Illinois State
No, Ill
Paranormal.
State, is it Illinois?
Or Ill State?
Ill State Paranormal.
Ill State Paranormal.
And his
IL.
son's a rapper. His oldest son's a rapper, and we need to put his SoundCloud link up because I like his raps. But he's a ghost hunter. We've had him on the show twice. Each time he's been on, whatever. So the first time it was a joke because we had this crazy system failure that made 0 sense.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, it must be Juan and the ghost. Ha ha ha. We bring him back on an episode. The whole thing crashes again, and we can't work. And these aren't like normal problems. And that was one of the, speaking of our missing producer, Dave, that was one of the nights he ended up popping back up here because I ran into him in town and I said, hey, we're taping. I bet the guys would love to see you. He said, okay, just don't tell them I'm coming because I want them to be surprised. Then Dave just happens to show up that
Yeah,
night.
that was nuts.
And Dave is like real smart with this stuff. Like he's better than us at it because he gets
Oh,
it.
definitely.
That was the night with Pat Robbins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now Juan's here for the second time, and we've had these crazy system malfunctions. Oh my God, maybe it's legitimately ghosts.
And I mean, you recorded an episode at my lodge in Elmhurst, a lodge that has a paranormal history. Juan and his team have come out and investigated my lodge several times. That night, you had a freak audio failure where all the audio went bye-bye.
Was it the Derek Heffler episode?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And then
there's
the night-
only 2 words, and I can't remember what they are, but you say them, and it's like, oh, whatever, something like that. And then the audio is just gone. And then there's like this 40-minute recording of just...
Jeez.
And that's it. I'm like...
You sure it wasn't?
And then
just
we
Mark
had,
Heavy?
when we filmed at our lodge, when we filmed at Villa Park Lodge,
there, too.
when Dave had the cameras, it's on our YouTube.
It's a Carl. Was it a Carl episode?
It was a Carl episode.
Traveling the Flat Earth
Yeah.
with Ghosts.
And we were just sitting there getting ready, and he already had the cameras on, and he was taping already. We were just getting amped, and then all of a sudden we had that little incident, and we caught that on camera. I wish we caught like the actual thing on camera, but our reactions to everything was caught on camera.
It was nuts. It's, man, yeah, and especially me learning this on the fly. Sometimes I get so frustrated. I mean, dealing with the pain I'm in with disability and then trying to do this, and it's like, oh, I just spent 40 minutes to an hour doing this, and now I got to redo it. It's, you know,
And I mean,
it's something else. Definitely have 2 guys that, if you're doing video, that know what they're doing, because it will just go a lot smoother than learning it on the fly.
Yeah, but it's not just the 40 minutes to an hour that you
Have a Dave
spend
Jones
setting
down
up.
there.
It's, you know, you drive an hour here, and then you spend an hour setting stuff up, and then just as we're about to film an episode, the soundboard explodes. And then
Yeah,
you spend the
it's-
next 2 hours freaking out, getting pissed off at the soundboard. And then before you know it, you've spent 6 hours doing nothing but getting upset because things
And
went
Wes
wrong.
broke his cane across
You barely make.
Dude, that was a cool night.
I had a
That was a
blowout.
cool-
It was like
Wes,
a flat.
Wes got a
That's-
flat tire.
I had a flat cane, and
I mean,
they
Wes
get
is-
rid of the thing. So, all right, well, we're gonna have to take a break, and we'll be back to complain about it more.
Leave me alone. Lock me up in my chain. I just wanna go back to my room where I sleep for days. You tell me you love me, but popping these pills, I spoke of this kush to feel okay. Ain't wanna do this no more, just wanna be alone. Sell the CJ. Got my mama, got my pops, and tell me what to do. Ayy, lately been feeling like I'm so alone, don't know what to do. Ayy, wake up, wake up, wake up, gotta move it, gotta move it. Johnny, if you stay there, you gon' lose it, you gon' lose it. Get up out your feet and keep on moving, keep on moving. It's gonna be okay, girl. I know it's gonna be okay, girl. Gotta keep on moving, keep on moving your feet. It's gonna be okay once you get up on the feet. I know, I can see it. You gon' sow the seeds. That's what they tell me when I feel so low. And I'm popping the D, and I'm popping the putting the smoke in the kush.
All right,
I blame Stephanie though last night that I didn't go to a meeting, and then I'm so upset I didn't go to the meeting because.
Well, hold on. If we're going to talk about people saying one thing and then going to do another thing, how about that Demolay meeting that I asked you if you were going to, and you're like, oh, no, I just need to have a quiet night at home. And then the next day you call me, hey, do you know who showed up at Grotto last night? Like, I don't know, you?
5,
Esteban
4,
Loaiza.
3.
Just deliver them.
You're all right. Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah,
You're
just
on.
come on in. It's all right. Yeah, everyone, we're back. We're getting drinks because obviously we need them. So, you know, that's how it goes. Thank you.
they're forcing the drinks upon me again.
Yeah, I'm going totally stoic, and Marty's going to give up alcohol.
You okay? You okay?
I'm not sure which one I would place my money on.
I don't
Those
think
are full bets. Those are fool's bets
Yeah.
right there.
Wes is a bad stoic, and I'm a bad sobriety person.
I think you guys are on par with each other
Of being sober.
in terms of not being able to live up to those commitments.
We pronounce them very loudly though.
Yes. And you
I
know what?
like them. I know I'm not very stoic.
50% of saying something is saying it out
You
loud.
just keep ragging on the show. It's like, we just want to end on a positive note.
That's what
Yeah,
the alcohol's for.
We just got the positive note.
Yeah. The
No,
positive
but
note just
I mean,
showed up.
I think he's not wrong. I mean, I think
we're-
you know this show. I think is
We're just letting off steam.
yeah. I mean,
about-
this show
Yeah.
is actually one of my favorite things that I do in Masonry. And
Yeah.
you know, I've mentioned it before, and I think it's kind of cliche that I feel like I was one of the first real fans for this show. I literally met you guys through this show.
You were very
Yeah.
early on, then we all ended up
Yeah.
being very.
I literally walked up to you guys the first time I met you, as Damien introduced me to you guys. I'm like, holy shit, I love your guys' show.
Yeah. And you were like one of the first, like, what?
People
That's right. We have a show.
Which, thankfully, has actually gotten a lot more common.
Yeah, it has.
What, people saying they know us? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, or people from like oddest, or just like weird little things.
Dude, no, like when we did the grand chapter day, like me and him were doing the table, checking everybody in, and like, every other guy, every two guys, like, love your show, love your show, love your show. I was like, huh? What? Oh yeah, I got a show. Because I'm trying to like name.
What are you talking about?
Actually, bro, hold on.
Marty was slipping those guys money to say that
he's never told me about this.
No.
Oh no, hold on.
Something I thought was, God, this is gonna sound stupid because we're not famous, we're not special, we're not anything.
No, we're not.
We just have a stupid show a couple people watch.
Yeah.
However, the other week we were doing one of the parades, St. Patrick's Day parade. We were staged with Grotto. We had my party bus out.
Yeah.
We were doing the thing. There was a Shrine Club stage next to us, and I'm not just too familiar with the guys in it because it's from a little bit farther out area. Mm-hmm. Cool, no big deal. I go over there because I want to talk to them, I want to get to know them, talk to my brothers. And the one guy's like, I know you. I'm like, all right, sweet. He's like, I watch. No, hear me out.
No, I've had it too. Hey, I know you. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Yeah,
awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. But
yeah, but he's like, oh, I watched something. Oh, hey, truly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then I said, and I was talking to him just a little bit about the show and just stuff. And he was just telling me like what he liked, what episodes he's seen, and we're just talking. And I was like, oh, hey, man, Yoshi's over there, too. And he's like, oh, Yoshi's here? And he just said it in this, like, weird way. Then I was like, oh, God, that is adorable. I wish Yoshi could have heard that. and the guy would just be nice. But then I'm talking to him, and I'm like, oh, crap, the other guy from the show, one of the other guys from the show was like, I think you were like eating corned beef hash and like drinking a beer on the side of the bus at that moment.
Could be.
That's how you get a true parade form.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, he's like, oh man, Yoshi's here too. Yeah. And he just said it like in this cool way, like I said, like.
Hey, well, thank you, brother. If you're watching, thank you. I appreciate that, man. I wish I could have met you.
No, you did.
Did I meet him?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay. Then okay.
In that case, the shout-outs off the table.
Yeah,
no, still shout out to you.
I went to get you, or you walked over. You made it over to the conversation too.
Okay.
You just didn't hear the guy go, "Oh man, Yoshi's here," and I thought it was just like I don't know, like there's a Reddit page. It's like wholesome content, things that just make you go, and there was like one of those moments where it's, "Oh man, Yoshi's here too." It was just
I wish I. Yeah,
it was cool. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, that sounds really cool. It sounds really sweet. I mean, I wish I could have been there for that, but but it's like stuff like that, that does make this worth it. Brothers I haven't met yet are like, I like this guy. I like this guy, and that outbeats any of the hate we get.
We really don't get that much hate.
No, we don't get that much hate, but
we do, but
it's not.
It's from a certain crowd.
I think a lot of hate is our own paranoia.
No, that's true. That could be it. But no, like those interactions outweigh the interactions of like, I think this post is stupid. I think your show is stupid. It totally outweighs. Look at see my freaking phone was so heavy. Of being outweighed.
I wish more people would watch our show and comment on YouTube about how it's stupid.
Yeah, it's only Facebook that they really do it. Like usually, it's a pretty good.
Yeah, there's
on the YouTube.
It's crazy. We'll get.
I don't like your meme.
We'll get hundreds of views on YouTube, and nobody can say hi, or they.
Yeah,
no one can be like, that Yoshi guy's not cool.
Are you kidding? None of you guys are gonna see it. You're gonna be like, I'm the one that's gonna have to show it to you guys. Like, hey, this guy said hey to you guys.
No.
Did you see that?
Comments on YouTube.
Half of our comments on YouTube are from Marty, Brock, and I.
Well, that's why I don't mention those.
I don't even know where to find this.
Don't worry, guys. I'll start commenting now.
I'd appreciate that.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Now that you're a part of the show, you better.
Make sure you comment about Wes's beard.
Yeah. Sorry. Here's another.
I was waiting for you to bring that up.
Hey, he looks good.
I've been really okay. Maybe not lazy.
Good.
I just have not felt like standing there and shaving. I've just
I
had
think
a
you
difficult
are a
time just
bearded
like
man.
getting.
I would like to sit on your lap and comb your beard.
I'm sure you would. So yeah, I don't know. I'm glad you guys have had that interaction. I've gotten a couple. I don't go out as much as you guys do anymore, but I'm glad that people are out there. I mean, yes, we're having fun, complaining and letting off a little steam, but I really appreciate that you guys are getting that
You know what?
feedback.
And it's
It
one of
means
those
a lot.
things I've almost, when I go to a new location, it's kind of, I don't want to sound egotistical, 'cause it's not, and I'm not, it's so stupid. Like, ooh, I'm a celebrity on a really obscure little, like, it's not that.
No,
but,
no.
like, this weekend,
Not
we're
like
going downstate to rededicate a chapter. I guarantee we're going to run into someone who's going to want to talk to us about the show, and it's going to be great. God, if there's one thing I could say, like, you have those things where you're like, this was worth it because would be people that see stuff we do with this show or any of the independent bodies that we're in or lodges, because we do a lot of wacky, fun, progressive things. And people that say stuff like, hey, I didn't realize Masonry could be this much fun.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't a fun thing. There's a lot of solemnity to it. I'm not trying to say this is an old barrel of monkey shit kicker.
Right? No, it's.
However, when people go, man, the way I see you and all the other guys interact, how you have this core dudes where it's this show or it's Shio Grotto or DuPage Council, Keystone Royal Arch Chapter, all these different things that a lot of our tentacles are really deeply in. When people give feedback that like, oh man, I love looking at what you guys do and I want to try to bring that energy to my lodge. I want to think outside the box. I want to build that.
People see when we're doing the stuff that you have to be serious at, like we are all incredibly active, hardcore, hard-charging Masons.
Yeah.
We're kicking the crap out of stuff, but at the same time, we're having fun.
But see, that's the thing is we know when we need to be serious and we need to put in that work. And then we know when to have a good time. Like this, like one of the big things, like not trying to get back on the negative again, but one of the things that I've always, an older brother or maybe my personal opinion, a little bit more uptight brother or whatever, wants to critique, they'll talk about, our language, that we drink, that we do this and everything. And it's like, this is not lodge. This right here is not lodge. This is not a tiled floor, okay, or tiled lodge. We're not in a lodge building. We're going to be who we are. That's the whole point of this show, is to show that it's not, we want to break that stigma of a bunch of old, weird guys sitting in a building, like.
Hold on, what's funny about that?
This is a laminate floor.
The guy you're referencing, though, who said that, I know who it was, and I love him so much.
It's not only him, though.
Well, no,
it is not only him.
The one I know who you just kind of use that with, what he doesn't tell you, and one of our members of the show could say this, he has a special car driving outfit that involves hats and gloves. And if he drives you down to Grand Lodge, once he puts on this half race car, half cruise wear outfit, you will see that man's fun side come out.
So,
oh my.
Like the whole, if you haven't gotten it yet, the whole idea behind our show is we're just regular guys. I know we say it a lot, maybe it's a cliche now, but when I first joined, I met the guys at the bar, and it was just about being guys. It wasn't about like, oh, what do you know about Masonry, like in depth or esoterically, nothing like that. It's just like, are you a good guy in this and that? And I want to take some of that like elitism away, because the guys that you would see as elite, the top guys, top dogs, whatever you want to call them, they're mostly regular guys, and we have conversations with them somewhat similar to what we do. We just talk to them as they're just people, just guys. It's everyday thing. Yeah. It's not just how is your status in Masonry, or what are you talking about to take over the world? It's none of that garbage.
Decorum and titles
the
are
elite guys that people on the outside would see as, oh, they're the top dog and this and that. They're the guys that put their jeans on, get up, and go to work.
No, honestly, I totally agree with you, because most of the guys that I've been able to meet who are grand this, grand that, going to be in charge of the state, going to be in charge of the country, soon or at that time, those guys are usually the most laid back, and like I know I could sit down and have a drink with. But then there are those elite guys who are just, they're trying to claw for that, title. That it's like, dude, you don't even.
Mysterious.
Yeah,
thing and this
yeah.
and that.
But I mean,
okay, Joe Farrell. I don't mean to cut you off, but Joe Farrell, a couple episodes ago, he was one of the first guys I met coming in the Freemasonry. And he just talked to me like
Joe's
an
man.
everyday Joe. That's how Joe talked to me.
Yeah.
It was just no big deal. And now to see that the position that he's in now, it's like, wow. I just knew him as a regular guy. And now he's, senior grand warden.
Yeah.
But I mean, to go back to what you were saying, Yosh, about getting some comments about how, somebody watched our show and they said, you know what, your show is not really for me. That's okay.
That's
fine. Yeah.
Because
I expected that.
podcasts are very much like lodges. There are so many of them now. If you go to a lodge and they don't have the vibe you want, you can go to another lodge. Just like there are so many really good Masonic podcasts that whatever you are looking for, every show has got such a very different vibe.
We've mentioned others on here.
Yeah.
And I knew that we're not going to be everybody's taste. That's fine. But I'm sorry. I listen to some podcasts. I won't mention their name because it's not a fight. I'm just like, man, this is boring. But it was like a lodge setting, and I just don't want a lodge setting after I'm out of lodge.
No, like somebody digs what they're doing. Somebody's going to dig what we're doing. Look, we'd be lying if we'd say that we love every Masonic podcast and every Masonic podcast loves us, because that is
just
not true.
I might like them as individuals, but it's just not something that I listen to. And I don't mean that to be a jerk by saying that, but I just don't expect
I don't think
us
you're
to
being
be everyone's taste as well.
I don't think you're being a jerk about that at all.
Okay, but even like outside of taste, if there was one show I'd say we interacted with more than others, it'd probably be Keepers of the Word. Would everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Our show and Keepers are nothing like each other.
No.
The one thing you could say is we're maybe both off the beaten path or a little bit more avant-garde.
The only thing you can say is we're both doing masonry.
Yes.
But the thing is, I think we respect the differences.
It's our masonry.
It's like, man, we don't hear that kind of thing in lodge. So it's not really a lodge setting per se to me, listening to their show. So I'm like, okay, cool. I like that because I don't hear that in a lodge setting.
Great.
Yeah, it's like every show is just giving you a different version of masonry, and that's what makes this sometimes terribly painful craft so amazing. There's so many different facets, and it's got something for everybody. And
you know what? And that's a good thing.
If you wake up tomorrow
that
and
is
want
a really
something,
good
you can go
thing.
find it.
Yeah, because you know what? And to anybody who's watching that's not a Mason, who's thinking about becoming a Mason, just, if you're out there watching,
if you join because
like
of us,
watch
great,
these other
but
shows. I mean, you know what? You need.
I know,
need
that's
to
what I'm
see,
like, wow.
You need to see that because we are a different form.
Yeah.
We are different than maybe we will be that inspiration to somebody to join because of the way we are. It's like, these are the kind of people I want to meet. And then some of the other podcasts, those are the kind of guys I want to meet. And that's perfectly fine. That's great.
We've all sat in lodge with each other, and I know you guys really haven't come to a lodge where, I'm one of the guys in line or stuff, but I'm usually fairly serious. I mean, I'll laugh in lodge and, have a joke and this and that, but, when it comes down to it, let's do this. And
time and a place.
Not just get it over with, but let's just do this and get it done.
Yeah, it's like I might not have sat in a lodge with you where you're in line, but like I've seen you do degree work, and like degree Wes, very different Wes than you're going to see anywhere else.
Dude, honestly,
doing sea captain. He does a hell.
You do a hell of a sea captain, boy.
Well, it's because he's got a peg leg.
No, but then he takes a hoodwink and fashions himself an eye patch, and he puts the hat crooked, and he does this crazy swing around. You know what? I think we all have a guilty pleasure, or there's one or two guys that do a certain ritual part that they always made it their own, and you always get jazzed up when they're about to do it, because he's about to do it that weird little way he does it, and you just love it. And you do that with Sea Captain.
I like acting. I do it. I wish I was, better at it or had more confidence to do more with it, but I like doing it for Freemasonry. It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
everybody who does degree work
I don't
has
need to
something
show
they
up
want to
Brad
do.
Pitt or anybody. I know I'm showing my age, but geez.
I mean, with that beard, I'd take you over Brad Pitt any day.
I'm about ready to rub it on your cheek.
I'm swooning over
Yeah, with that beard, you're like Legends of the Fall, Brad.
Kind of like a risque Tom Cruise.
Oh, so you've seen those videos I put with my face on Tom Cruise and stuff?
going to be on that.
Those weren't real?
Dude, those videos are fucking hilarious.
They were.
They're hilarious.
Tom Cruise, maybe like a tough guy, Mr. Bean.
I would watch that.
I prefer the
Young Gandalf.
I mean, I got to take magic pills and stuff.
More like a middle-aged Dumbledore.
I don't even. What was the moral of the story or the purpose of this episode?
Just to be like,
Just
so
for
you
us
want to
to-
do that? Do you want to, back?
I mean,
yeah,
we
okay.
show our regular selves, but we're a little bit more loose, complaining. I mean, if you want to do a podcast, you can do it. You don't have to do it video. You can just do audio. You can do
We
it.
should put a disclaimer on the beginning of this video that we're just. I don't know. Because I'd hate for this to be like the first episode someone saw, and it's like, I tried to watch this thing about Masonry.
You say that about every episode. You want to redo the pilot episode.
I think we should redo the pilot. No, I thought.
How are we going to do that?
We're just going to do. Okay, we're just going to shoot an episode 4 years in, like it's the first episode again. I don't know. I just don't like the pilot.
Maybe it's time to watch the pilot and we just do live reactions.
I remember
You know what-
Pilot is why I joined Masonry.
You know what though?
one
like
idea
the
we-
pilot is probably the roughest episode we have.
No,
that was
episode 2, the polar plunge.
No.
Wow, we were.
No, hold on.
Wow.
Wait. Like,
That was
it's probably one of the most roughest around the edges episode. Okay, we didn't know what we were doing. Like, that came to air.
We still
You know
don't
what I'm
know
saying?
what
No,
we're
we still
doing.
don't know what we're doing. But you
have
know
a
what? That is the most watched episode. Like, isn't that thing already like?
Because after the first one, everyone just gives up.
And Wes,
No.
Wes also watched it
our
700
guest
times.
in the audience, James. He's like, yeah, I started watching from episode 1 because we just recently.
And thank
met,
you.
maybe
And
about a
thank
year
you for
ago,
doing that.
And he started watching from episode 1. I'm like, really? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know
think
what,
we
dude?
really came into our own till about the Masonic etiquette episode.
Look, honestly, to be
Yeah,
in my
that's one of
personal
our
opinion,
most
in my
watched
personal
ones.
opinion,
Space Masons was a good
every
episode.
single
Yes.
episode has been a great episode, except for the ones that did not make it, did not make the cut.
We've had some
Yes,
clip
the finale episode that did not make the cut.
I didn't even know why it was a season
Like-
finale. That didn't even make any sense.
Well,
I can-
because we talked about it. We're like, well, we're going to have
Seasons.
this person on and this person. Well, let's just do a season.
That was
ending one.
Marty
And
invited
then-
700
and then
people
we
and
had
got
Brandon
bagpiper
with,
on the show.
His bagpipes on that blew out Dave's mics.
Oh, he was pissed.
Oh yeah, he was so
Dave's like,
pissed.
who invited the bagpipe guy? I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
that's me. That was my fault. I'm sorry. Dave was like,
Of course, it was Marty.
yeah, and Dave's like, literally goes, well, we might have just lost like an insanely expensive amount of equipment because everything blew out when he played the bagpipes in here. And I was like, I did not know.
yeah.
Like,
that
you
was
really never
bad.
like looked at a guy like,
Yeah.
and the guy just like look at you like, dude, you might have just destroyed all my shit because you wanted some random bagpipers to walk in. And then you start just like feeling terrible, and you're like, I'll buy you a beer.
And what's this room like? 25 by like 20?
Yeah, this is not a
it's like
bagpipe
30 by
friendly
20.
room.
No, this
30
is
by
not
20,
a
yeah.
30 by
bagpipe.
20.
Yeah,
No, you shouldn't have a bagpipe.
Yeah.
But the guy with the bagpipes didn't warn me. He didn't walk in and say, "Oh, this isn't the room for bagpipes." He was like, "I'm gonna out these." So that's kind of on him
Because
too.
bagpiper's gonna do what a bagpiper's gonna do.
I mean,
When did that become a saying?
he brought the bagpipes. The least he could do is play them.
Actually, hold on. Speaking of bagpipes, I don't know why I want to mention this right now. Shout out Mark Guido for your last Labor Day party, where that one guy did bring bagpipes, and then Mark Guido wanted to play them very late at night, and then Eric Maxa had to hold Guido up because he had too many diet sodas. And
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it
yeah,
was.
and then Guido just completely butchered playing those bagpipes. And
He played one note. I think it was the brown note.
and that party was even better because if you ask Mark Guido, he
doesn't
didn't
remember.
plan it.
He didn't
Will
remember.
just invited countless people to his house.
And the best part of that, out of the 50 people that were there, I think I invited 3 of them.
That's not the way Guido tells the story.
No, that's not the way he tells it.
There's the truth, and then there's the truth.
And the truth was, we all had a really nice time. Thanks for inviting us.
Are we doing another one, or are we just calling it quits? Another
no,
segment?
another segment. No, we don't. Do we need to?
Honestly, I love everybody. I know we're kind of coming to because we clip this into 20-minute sections because it's easier for the cameras and editing and things. I
Well,
don't
our
know.
camera shut off after 29.
You say that? I don't know if I believe that. You've been saying that for
No, it's
episode.
happened. It's happened.
Actually,
It's happened.
What episode number are we on?
Are we in the 40s?
Feels like
we're in the
47.
40s now. Yeah.
Yeah, 40s, almost 50s.
We're almost
This is,
we're middle-aged as a podcast.
Whatever episode I number
We've
this,
had
I don't
shots in
know.
front of us for 20 minutes.
I mean,
see, God knows.
if we're done,
With the
I'd
way
like
things
to,
go, who knows if any of this is recorded?
I'd like to close this out here if we're done.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I know Marty, you mentioned my grandma passing away, and you guys sent some flowers. And I want to tell you guys how much I appreciated that. The hardest part of that day for me, aside from the eulogy that I had to do for my grandma, was showing up and my aunt telling me, hey, guys from the podcast sent some flowers. And she sat me down and told me that her and my grandma watched the show. And that was an incredibly humbling and moving experience. And that was a moment that I got to share with her because of you guys, because I met you. So I'd like to thank all three of you. And I love you, brothers.
Love you too. Thank you for that. There, Marty touched mine, I'll touch yours back. He touched mine, I'll touch yours.
To all you out there too, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you made it this far, thank you for listening to us complain and maybe give you some fun stories and give you a little bit of a tearjerker at the end. But if you haven't figured it out, you're watching us on YouTube or listening to us on Buzzsprout, iTunes, Google Play, all that.
iHeartRadio.
Yeah, I forgot. iHeartRadio.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we're on
Oh, nice.
No, actually, if you look at our statistics, we kill it at iHeartRadio. Which one
Really?
of you, but more than iTunes, I don't know why. Which one of you is keeping iHeartRadio alive? I need names.
I don't even know what Buzzsprout is.
We're on,
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Buzzsprout is our
It's our hosting.
is our
company.
hosting. Is our podcast.
It's the Masonic Radio Network.
Wait, you listen on iHeartRadio?
No.
He's not even.
Well,
he
start
doesn't-
listening to us on iHeartRadio.
He doesn't even watch the show. He's not even a Mason. Some random bingo player.
Bingo.
Love you too, Will.
So, yeah, we're on, whatever you listen to podcast stuff on, we're on it, I guess. So,
Like, subscribe, drop a note in the comments about Wes's beautiful beard.
Start your own podcast.
I'm going.
I mean, we're doing it.
Grow a beard on your podcast.
There you go.
You guys,
Every lodge should have its own podcast.
I'm going to be a hermit, an Obi-Wan hermit. So, all right, everyone, that's our show. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, we'll be back with more of our equipment. Holds up.
Don't wanna do this, I don't wanna go, no, no, no. Leave me alone, lock me up in my chain.